Cheers to the 6th game we lost.
The team didn't have their best player
Because they didn't have Wemby.
but they had De'Aaron Fox.
He dropped 28 and 11.
He did it with ease and even Barnes.
He dropped a cool little 20.
The former Kings put belt to ass. Dude, I mean, what?
Welcome back to the Kang Gang pod. The Kings are on a 6-game losing streak. They're 1-6 on the road this season. How are we feeling, Kings fans? Oh no! RT is. RT. Oh, he is sick. Everyone, he is sick of what he's seeing. But guys, thank you for tuning in to the Kang Gang pod. This is where we are at right now. The Kings, like we said, we go into San Antonio. They don't have their best player, Victor Wembanyama. On the last episode, we were saying, "Oh, Victor's going to have a career night against us." They go in. San Antonio goes in without their best player, and it's like they don't need him. That's how good this team is depth-wise. De'Aaron Fox carried. Stephon Castle had a great first half. Didn't even play the second half. Luke Cornett subbing in for Victor Wembanyama. My God, he is just incredible.
Good.
Such an underrated signing from this offseason. But yeah, the Kings fall 123 to 110. I've been hearing everyone saying, all the fans have been saying, the Kings have at least one quarter where we could just expect them to have one quarter where they just let things fall apart. And that's just how it went tonight, RT.
I mean, there was two of them, right? It was not one, it was two of them, right? We had that first quarter where it just felt like the lead kept ballooning up, and then we cut it to 9 by half, and then basically
we cut it to 7.
We cut it to 7, right? So that's better. 8, even better, right in the middle. And then at that point, they just ballooned their lead up to a lot too little in the third quarter, but we came back in the fourth. We cut it to 6.
See, that is where I was like, the Kings always find a way to keep it within arm's reach. I mean, not every time. There's been a lot of blowouts this year, but yeah, the Spurs had it up to 19. We cut it to within 6 with about 5 minutes left, and just things fell apart. We couldn't do it, and then they ballooned the lead up to 13 and won the game. Yeah. We saw glimpses. We went down memory lane, seeing De'Aaron Fox just score with ease. He was distributing the ball incredibly tonight in the first half, and then he was like, "Okay, I got everyone involved. I got my 10 assists by the early in the third quarter." He's like, "All right, now let me score." He had 2 big threes at the end of the fourth. He got to the hitting tough middies like what we've seen for 8 years. But man, I think De'Aaron looks way more mature right now in this stage of his game compared to, I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't mature with us, but I don't know if it's just the people around him. He just doesn't have to do nearly as much as what we were expecting out of him in a Kings uniform.
Yeah, and I think that also kind of is the San Antonio persona a little bit. I know that people joke and be like, Greg Popovich steals souls from people. If you've seen Game of Zones, but yeah, I think just it looks like De'Aaron has matured in a sense where he doesn't have to do as much, but he still has an impact.
A huge impact.
Right, huge impact. And I think that just carries through. So when I look at how De'Aaron Fox looked tonight in that offense, the pick and roll with Luke Cornett was just unbelievable. Just that 2-man game between him and Cornett. Obviously, he got Kelly Olynyk involved. He got Harrison Barnes involved. He got Devin Vassell involved. It was a team effort, but you can tell at that moment that De'Aaron Fox was basically the head of the snake in that performance tonight. And so obviously De'Aaron Fox really showed out. I think that Friday game, missing that game winner against Golden State, really kind of rubbed him the wrong way. And I think he wanted to come out on today against us and just really show hey, I can still rebound after getting criticized heavily by the national media. He was getting absolutely flamed by the national media for taking that game winner and not letting Wemby take that game winner.
I saw that.
It's crazy.
I saw that. Yeah, I mean, San Antonio was rolling right from the jump. 8 threes in the first quarter. I was like, oh God, they're on pace. They're on pace for breaking some records. But it slowed down in the second quarter. Thank God. They only finished with 9, so only making 1 extra 3 in that second quarter. But the way they were passing the ball, I think, at the end of the first quarter, at the first half, 20 assists And then by the end of the game, 38. I mean,
that's insane.
Are you serious?
That's insane.
Assists without Victor Wembanyama on the floor.
That's insane.
That just puts in perspective how perfect of a game San Antonio.
I mean, you could tell that San Antonio is such a very well team. That might be damn near a record for San Antonio with how many assists that was. I mean, tonight.
Without their best player, that's got to be a record.
Yeah, and then Luke Cornett stepped up for them as a rim protector, right?
He had multiple blocks on us. Down the line, they had 7 guys in double figures tonight. San Antonio, so many guys were just getting rolling. And I think it's just when they drive on us, I mean, every single matchup that the Kings are going to face this year, we're going to go up against teams that are playing with more energy than us and that are bigger than us. So we're disadvantaged in 2 different aspects.
It's bad.
So with that not on our side, I mean, it's going to be very, very tough to battle against these teams. Like, you really have to play, like, obviously we're not going to play perfect on defense, but we had to replicate that on offense. And like, there were so many times like that, fourth quarter tonight, third quarter, we just had so many moments of just stagnant offense. But yeah, let's talk about the Kings now, because we had a new change.
Perfect transition.
We had a new starting lineup, our 12th new starting lineup out of the 14 games. We had Russell Westbrook, Keon Ellis, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Domantas Sabonis. That was our starting 5. So there's no continuity. Because obviously 12 different lineups, these are just different. I think Doug is trying to do a different starting lineup each game until one of them like does really well and then just stick with it. It's either that or he just sees how the other team is going to have their starting lineup and like, how can we match that to the best ability? And I think he's actually going more down the matching to their play style than ours.
I agree.
And yeah, so DeMar DeRozan, he was 4 for 16 in the previous 2 games shooting from the field. And then tonight, this is the DeMar DeRozan that we've been waiting for. He went 8 for 9 in the first half, 18 points. So only missing 1 shot. Domantas Sabonis does what we've been seeing out of him more recently, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists in the first half. Dennis Schroeder, he has been thriving off the bench. I think this is
A+ game from him off the bench.
Yeah, so Doug finally found something so far that's been working consistently. When Schroeder's off the bench, he's going to produce, and he's been producing at a very high level. He had 14 points, 3 for 4 from 3 in that first half. And then Zach LaVine getting off to a very slow start. 2 points, 1 for 3 in the first half. So what I've gathered is it's going to be rare when it's both Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan both scoring high amounts together. It's going to be like one or the other. And tonight, it was all DeMar DeRozan, and then the other nights, it was more Zach LaVine. Like last game when DeMar had 6 points, LaVine had 25. This game, DeRozan had 27, LaVine had 8. So I think that is kind of a common theme that we're starting to see. And I was speaking about this on the last episode, and even Deuce Mason was saying this in the post game. Since the Kings are in just such in so many, like, whatever they're doing is not working. Clearly, you got to just keep throwing different lineups out there. Why not put DeMar? He played 39 minutes tonight. He was the leading Kings player in minutes. Put him on the bench, get his minutes down. He could still play in like high 20s, maybe 30 minutes, and he could still put up those numbers, no problem, because he'll be more of that focal point on offense off the bench. RT, talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of hit it on the head, but I just want to kind of mention your point about Doug Christie going matchup dependent. I think I completely agree. It's very matchup dependent. And I think tonight, obviously, they didn't have Wembanyama. You could tell that they wanted to kind of match Keon where he wanted to play against De'Aaron Fox, because Keon is guardable enough to where he could slow down De'Aaron Fox. But in that first possession where Fox like basically blew by him, I was like, oh boy, that's a hard man to stop when he is going super fast. But yeah, going to your DeRozan point, I think that is kind of the way it needs to go. I really want to see DeRozan off the bench, and I think you could give him 30 minutes a game.
And it's not a knock on DeRozan at all, because we all know he could get to his spots, but when he's with the bench unit, it makes more sense for him to play that style. Whereas with the main starters, like if he's being too ISO heavy, then it's going to take away from LaVine. So if you just stagger the minutes, more often than not, I think it's just going to lead to more opportunity.
I agree. And I think you could also close out with DeRozan too.
You could totally close out with DeRozan.
I think it's like, you know how you play 2K11 and you have the Thunder, right? It's basically putting Keon Ellis as your Thabo Cephalosha, and then your DeRozan is your James Harden off the bench. Like, that's like kind of the way you do it. But you never tinker with that lineup. Most people would put James Harden in the lineup because he's like, oh man, this is another great scorer. But the real smart players that realize that, hey, in an NBA constructed roster, Keon Ellis is your Thabo Cephalosha, and then DeMar DeRozan is your James Harden. So
so far, I think, putting Schroeder to the bench was great, because now Russell could be the head of the snake offensively with getting players involved, which he did again tonight with. How many assists did he have? He had 7 assists.
7. It's great. 7's great.
He did turn over the ball a good amount in the first half, but that's just what you're going to get out of Westbrook. But seeing how great Schroeder's been playing off the bench so far, he finished with 22 tonight. So 22, 6, and 5. He went 5 for 8 from 3. He only missed 5 shots tonight. I mean, Schroeder off the bench is looking like a masterclass. And this is what we obviously are giving him like starter like money, but he could play him a good amount. Just have him come off the bench, because you just need to stagger the two.
I agree. I think that you have to just give him that 25, 26 minutes that he's accustomed to, because Dennis Schroeder has been a bench player for most of his career. Even when both him and Russ were at OKC, Dennis was coming off the bench.
Yeah, it's like, so it's not a stagger them.
Yeah, it's familiar territory for both of them, and I think that Russ does a lot of things really well with that starting unit and getting Sabonis involved. Once Keegan comes back, that's going to unlock Keegan way more too. So I do think that this is kind of the right move, and I would love to see a lineup of Russ. I don't know how you would kind of figure out. Maybe you put Precious at the 4, maybe. Something along those lines. You put Keegan at the 3. So that could be something where you have a lineup of Russ, Levine, Keegan, Precious, and Sabonis. And then your backups are pretty much Dennis and DeMar and Monk
and Neek.
Yeah. So, I think that this Kings team could definitely use, if they somehow run it back with this team and get a draft pick, I would like to see them get like a 4 at the spot, so that way they can have that extra wing for them, because that's their missing piece right now. And I think that would really make this team a lot better. Obviously,
you said if the Kings decide
if they run it back, because with how the contracts work,
if they can't trade anyone,
yeah. So, which is also a realm of possibility, right? Where they might have to run it back, because they just don't have the pieces necessary. So it is a possibility.
That's actually a good point, because everyone just thinks, oh, by the trade deadline we're gonna have a whole new team. There could be a world where no one wants the guys on our team. I would be shocked if that were the case, because I do think that we'll be able to move some of them. But yeah, those contracts are just so not team friendly for anyone.
No, absolutely not.
But
absolutely
yeah,
not.
I think back to the point of the staggering. Russ and Schroeder, they got to be staggered. Levine and DeRozan, they need to be staggered. I think with that, at least, then you could play more into their strengths, because Westbrook, obviously, he's been shooting a lot better, but he's such a good distributor. Schroeder, we saw earlier in the season, he's been a great distributor as well, but I think Schroeder, off the bench, he could score better. So then Schroeder, that will open up his scoring ability more off the bench, like we've seen the past 2 games. Mm-hmm. And then with DeRozan and Levine, it's like, then they could take turns going off, rather than it's like my turn, your turn. It's like,
correct.
I'm the focal point of the offense. When I'm on the court, you're the focal point when you're on the court. I think that just would make sense, and I think I would love to see it happen. But yeah, unfortunately, Doug's still kind of scrambling with his rotations right now, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it is early in the season too, so you have to give Doug credit. This is given the benefit of the doubt. This is his 120th game, I think, coaching as a head coach. So he has like a year and a half of experience, and you have to.
He's got 120 already?
I believe.
Are you sure?
I believe so. No, he's not 120. He's like around the 100.
I don't even know if he's hit 100 yet.
No, right? Because 50. No, I'll say like 80. Let's say 80.
Maybe
80.
But yeah, I mean,
trying to think.
Obviously, only what are we? 14 games in?
Yeah.
14 games as an official head coach rather than an interim.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the Kings, they found a way to kind of keep it within reach in the first half, and then third quarter is when it got bad. Spurs went up 19. But to end the quarter, we went on a 13-4 run, which was great. Levine hit a 4-point play. Schroeder made a 3. Monk made a 3. Then Eubanks had that pin down block where you texted the U.
I did.
That's where things we thought, okay, the Kings could ride this momentum into the fourth quarter. Down 10 now. You're like, okay, let's see what could happen. The lead ballooned up again. We got it down to 6 where I'm like, the Kings sometimes they find a way, keep it at arm's reach, and then Fox did what he does best and closes games the right way. And we lose by 13. But let's see. The Kings, compared to the Spurs, we only had 25 assists to their 38. We went 12 for 33 from the three-point line. We shot 73% from the free throw line. We had 12 turnovers.
Oh, that's not good at all.
We had 44 points in the paint. Now the Spurs, they had 58 points in the paint, shot 54% from the field, 38 assists, and then they actually had more turnovers than us with 15. But we weren't scoring off those turnovers.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, but the main thing that I saw was the fact that they had 7 guys in double figures. They definitely outscored us with the bench, even with Schroeder's 22. San Antonio is going to be good for a long time. I think San Antonio, what they're building right now,
I agree.
They don't even need Fox, but to have him on their team too, dude, they're going to be good. And then we saw a lot of Carter Bryant minutes tonight. We knew we were going to see a lot more out of him without Wemby on the court tonight. So their young players are looking great.
And that's without Dylan Harper, too. They don't have even Dylan Harper.
I forgot about Dylan Harper.
So
See,
here's the thing with the Spurs. I think
I forgot.
Looking at it from a lens scope of things.
A lens scope?
Yeah, a lens scope.
Let's look at it through your lens
scope. So here's my thing with it, right? I think the Spurs are going to be set up for success for a long time, as long as Wemby is there, right? And I think De'Aaron Fox is a great player to have now, but my concern is if they do make the playoffs and they go pretty far, and if Fox underperforms in those playoffs, he could be pretty much the first one out of the door, and they could open and say, "Hey, Dylan Harper, run our offense. Stephon Castle, run our offense with Wemby," and it's kind of like they bought low with De'Aaron Fox. Let's make that very clear.
When I was looking at the Spurs out there on the court tonight, I'm like, they only got rid of Zach Collins and Trey Jones. And I'm like,
that's the definition of buying low.
I could not believe.
And they gave up like a lottery protected 2027 pick on top of that.
Exactly. And like when you see all of their pieces on the floor, no wonder why they have 7 guys in double figures. It could have been 8. It was very close.
They draft so well, dude. It's insane.
They're such a deep team. They could all shoot the ball. They all play the right way. That San Antonio, just that offense and that will that's instilled in these guys. Whoever walks into the Spurs franchise, they just instantly become a better player. And then when they leave San Antonio, they do great things elsewhere. Yeah, like you were saying, Fox, they bought so low, they paid him a good amount. But yeah, I could definitely see a world where they will move off of him if they see it necessary, because maybe he's stunting the growth of a Stephon Castle. Even though so far Stephon's still able to.
Well, it's mainly Dylan Harper. That's like the one I think that is kind of like where people are googly eyed more than De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, because I know they're saying that Dylan could definitely have like a De'Aaron like ceiling, and he's already a lot younger, obviously. But the thing is, they didn't think they were going to get that number 2.
No, absolutely not. And you take the best player available at that point. So that's a treasure trove for the San Antonio Spurs. So whatever you got to do, right?
Yeah, so San Antonio is definitely in a good place moving forward. Are the Kings in a good place moving forward? We posted our video about hoping that we get a top draft pick, and everyone in the comments was saying, do you really trust this franchise with a top draft pick? And people were commenting Stauskas, Bagley. They were going
Thomas Robinson.
They were going down the line, because obviously our top draft picks have not really panned out. But if you look more recent, outside of Bagley, Fox panned out.
Tyrese panned out for sure.
Panned out. We got him at a great, so like, but obviously the guys that drafted those players that people are leaving in the comments are not in control now. So far, we think Scott Perry did a pretty good job with Nick Clifford at the 23rd pick. So what do you think if Scott Perry gets one of those top 3? Do you think he would make the right decision?
I think so. I mean, with this draft class, and especially the top half of this draft class, you can't really mess it up. That's kind of where it is.
If you're in top,
if you're in top 5, even if you're in top 5, I think it's a pretty easy choice. I think Nate Arnett, like I mentioned earlier in the previous pods, there's always Darren Patterson, the AJ DeBances, the Cameron Boozers, but when you look at the top 3 outside of it, you have Nate Arnett from Tennessee. He's a freshman. You have Michael Brown Jr. from Louisville, and he is just such a dog on that end.
I have a question. Who, if you had the first pick, who are you going with?
I think with my first pick, I got to go with Darren. I'm going with Darren because it's a very guard-heavy league, right? And you have a chance to draft a guard that is compared to Kyrie Irving and has the same skill set as Kyrie Irving and somehow has the same injuries as Kyrie Irving, but that's just another story for another time. But my thing is, though, right, is Darren Patterson just has a lot of tools.
So you think he
to his ability,
like Kyrie Irving, like,
but he is athletic. Like, he's 6'6". He's like an athletic Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving's 6'2". Darren Patterson's 6'6".
A 6'6" point guard in Sacramento. When
we've seen this one before.
We have this 6'6" point guard.
We've seen one before.
We have one in Indiana now, but maybe. Do you think the Kings will guard or pick another guard? Do you think that is something that they would?
Well, you know what? Like, if you think about Westbrook, right? He's only 30. He just turned 37.
Yeah,
and then Dennis is 32. So you're going with Darren. I would probably go Darren because that's your point guard of the future. You lock up your guard of the future for the next 5-6 years.
So what do you say about the guys that want AJ?
I think all of them. There's an argument for each one. So I'm going to make an argument for each side.
Yeah, talk about AJ now.
AJ to me has a very, very athletic skill set.
They're comparing him to a little Kevin Durant, right?
Well, I would say he's more of like Tracy McGrady, where he's able to get going. He is like a microwave scorer. I think the biggest difference between Kevin Durant and Tracy McGrady is that Kevin Durant can just get to any spot he wants. But the thing with Tracy McGrady is that he is a microwave scorer. That I think that he could get hot at any moment.
You put that Tracy in the microwave for 33 seconds. He's coming out and he's scoring 13 points.
Exactly. You know so exactly. So, and my biggest concern though, and I do think that there is some concern where he may not show the tenacity on defense on the side of things too. So you do have that as a concern, but I think all 3 of these, the offensive side for a lot of the draft prospects is going to be great. I think kind of, and then I'll kind of continue with AJ, but like, I think AJ just has like the highest ceiling out of everybody.
Okay.
So I do think that AJ is like a very, very.
And would he play more of the 3 or the 4?
I think he plays more of the 4. So that way, if we drafted him, Keegan would go back to the 3.
And remind me how tall
I think he's 6'9". I have to check.
Okay.
But yeah, he's 6'9".
We got a 6'9" microwave scorer with potentially the highest ceiling out of the 3. We got a point guard that is 6'6", that is more athletic than Kyrie Irving, but shares similarities to Kyrie Irving.
6'8".
6'8". Okay, that's fine.
So he's Keegan Murray's height.
And then what about Cam Boozer?
Cam Boozer, the son of Carlos Boozer. Yes.
So what are your thoughts on the? Because
he's Cam Boozer's young too, man. He's only 18.
I know.
He's only 18.
I like the Booze. I think I'm liking.
I like Carlos Boozer.
I like them all. But yeah, it's gonna be tough if we're in that position. I don't know, but
I think the thing
give the people what they.
Here's my thing with Cam Boozer. I think he's the safest pick out of the 3. I think he's super safe. I think
like a Paolo Banchero.
Yeah, it's like Paolo. It's a lot of Paolo. So it's damn near like Paolo.
Same build too.
Same build. Same 3-level scorer. Not really known for their defense, but they're just an athletic, big, like lengthy wing that can just will not change anything on the defensive end, but just will get you what you want. And we kind of seen Paolo where he was kind of in that top 3. and then crept up all the way until draft night. He was not even a discussion for.
He just went one out of nowhere.
He just went out one out of nowhere. So
he played like it and proved it. So.
Yeah, and then we could see the same thing with Cam Boozer, right? Where you have Darren Patterson with his injury problems. He could slip to 3. AJ DeBanza, any of these guys in the top 3 could go 1, 2, 3 in any order.
I think it's just going to be based on fit with the top 3. They're going to look at roster construction. They might just go pick based off fit because they're like,
it's so best, hard to choose. Yeah, you got to go based on fit. You can't do best player available.
So say for example, the Hornets, they get top 3 and they're like, ooh, is LaMelo going to be our guy? Maybe we go Darren to kind of replace, get that new point guard in, or maybe we keep building around LaMelo and we get an AJ,
and then you pair him with Brandon Miller.
Exactly.
And they have Con Knuppel too.
Exactly. So I think it's going to be probably based on fit. But thank you for that analysis.
Tried to.
That was excellent. Let's do some analysis on the Western Conference because right now, as of this recording, the Kings are sitting at the 14th in the West. So, although we're 14th in the West, we're still only 2 games out of the 10th seed, which is
crazy how that works, huh?
So. Right now, the teams at the bottom are obviously the Pelicans, the Kings. Is it loaded?
Yeah, and the Mavericks.
Pelicans,
and
Kings,
the
Mavericks.
And the Clippers.
Which is a surprise. I think a lot of people, even though they're the unction, we thought definitely the Clippers would be a little bit higher. This is definitely not what the Clippers want.
Oh, then one more. Memphis.
So is Memphis 10?
Memphis is 12th. Clippers are 11th.
Oh, Clippers are 11th. Okay.
And then Utah is basically, we're 2 games after that loss. So
right now, the bottom 5, we got Pelicans, Kings, Mavericks, Clippers, Jazz?
Grizzlies.
Oh, Jazz are 10th. Okay. So those are the bottom 5 right now. Do you see where do you see movement? I think the Clippers will probably go up, and I feel like Utah will come down.
I agree. I'd say that. I think.
So do you think the bottom 5 would be Utah, Memphis, Dallas, Kings, Pelicans?
I think so.
And then the top 10 are just. And then it doesn't matter the order.
No, I don't think it matters the order.
Because I think Portland, they're going to keep winning.
I think so too. They look good right now.
That's probably the weakest team out of the 10. I would say Portland, but which is saying a lot because I think Portland's really good. So, bottom 5.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that? Do you think it's going to be a race to the bottom with the 5, or do you think any of those teams in the bottom 5 are going to want to play better? Do you think Dallas is going to?
I think Dallas has something to prove. After Nico Harrison,
right?
Yeah, after you fire Nico Harrison, though, right? When you fire Nico Harrison, it's like you're sending a message saying, hey, this is a new era. You're basically deciding, how to just really choose all the right stuff, and just kind of being like, hey, you know what, Nico Harrison, we know that you made an awful trade, but we're going to try our best to build around Cooper Flagg. I've heard rumblings. I think we discussed it on the last pod where we're like, AD could possibly get moved or Kyrie Irving could possibly get moved. So there's a lot of factors that really kind of go down to it.
But if they trade AD, are they trying to get better or are they trying to get worse?
I think they're trying to get younger players.
Exactly. So I think Dallas probably wants to keep losing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And then Memphis, that's the question mark, I think.
Memphis is a big question mark. Ja just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
He left the game again.
I know. He only played 5 minutes the other night.
Yeah.
And then...
So, if Ja's out...
The Pelicans,
Pelicans are done.
They just fired Willie Green, right?
Yeah, they fired Willie Green.
So Pelicans are ready to just...
They don't even have a pick, dude.
Yeah. So
Atlantis is going to get that pick. Dude.
I know. DeMarcus Cousins was saying, get the Pelicans out of New Orleans.
They might have to just... Put the stork in Vegas.
That's what they're saying.
Put the stork in Vegas. Call them the Vegas Pelicans.
Yeah. So right now,
or the Pengus, or the Vegas Flamingos.
Ooh, I could see
that'd be kind of tough. That'd be tough.
Change the name to the Flamingos.
The Las Vegas Flamingos.
That would be crazy.
Oh my god. Or the Las Vegas Pharaohs. That'd be funny.
The Pharaohs.
Pharaohs would be good.
Pharaohs would be kind of sick.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Egypt.
Yeah.
To the Luxor.
Yeah.
Isn't the Luxor getting shut down though?
Yeah, I heard it's getting shut down.
Who knows?
I don't even know at that point.
but I could see a world where Vegas takes New Orleans' franchise away from them when they expand.
Yes.
Or that would not even need an expansion. That would just need
it'd just be a relocation.
Yeah, just relocation. Yeah, so let me just read off these records because it's so crazy. The Clippers are 4-9, Memphis is 4-10, Dallas is 3-10, the Kings are 3-11, and the Pelicans are 2-10. Okay, that's 5 bad teams, right? Moving on to the East. The 4 bad teams over there are Charlotte at 4-9, Brooklyn at 1-11, Washington at 1-11, and then the former NBA Finals competitor, the Pacers, are 1-12.
Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about the Pacers if they get a top 5 pick. They'll be right back in it.
I know.
They'll be right back.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, they're going to trade. They'll probably... do you think they trade Siakam, though?
I don't know what they're going to do because I think losing Miles Turner was such a big blow to their team because I don't think anyone expected it to happen. We didn't. I mean, fans across the world didn't see that happening. When that happened, that was a bombshell. And now you're seeing... Because I think without Tyrese, that Pacers team was still very, very good. But that team without Tyrese and without Miles Turner, that's a big blow. And then obviously they have a bunch of guys injured right now.
Yeah, Mathurin's out.
Toppin's injured. So all these guys are just joining Tyrese on the couch at home to get healthy for the next season. But yeah, I don't really see any more surprises. But out of the bad teams, there's going to be a pool of 9 of them, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
8 to 9 bad teams. And the Kings fan base, I'm sure, is going to want us to be the worst out of those 9 or 8. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think
it's going to be an interesting end of the calendar year because that's when we'll really know where we're at. Keegan Murray, it's been 5 weeks since the injury and surgery. Not one peep about any glimpse of a return coming anytime soon out of Keegan Murray.
No.
So that's definitely something to look out for because without Keegan, that just means more losses. And then also, our schedule is just so tough the rest of the month, obviously.
We don't need to go over that again.
We got OKC.
Wednesday.
So that's going to be... So we have 2 games in between until the next game. Do we really think the Kings have a chance of beating OKC?
Then we've got Memphis on a back-to-back.
Yeah, so the one game that's like
a doable
fairly
win.
Easy is on a second night of a back-to-back. So do you think the Kings just like absolutely tank the
month of November? I could see that happening though.
They could go winless the month of November, or do you see them just completely just losing really bad against the Thunder so that they can have a chance to win against the Grizzlies?
That also could happen too. I think that could probably happen as well.
But we're 1-6 on the road, probably 1-7 after the Thunder game. Are we gonna go 2-7 against the Grizz?
I don't know. We'll see.
Be tough.
We shall see.
Yeah, man. That's just where the Kings are at right now. Let us know how you're feeling. Actually, before you let us know how you're feeling about the Kings, we have to announce that Russell Westbrook is now number 18 on the all-time scoring list, passing Paul Pierce. So, Russell Westbrook in a Kings uniform has now reached the 25K, 10K club, and now number 18 in all-time scoring. RT, let the people know what you're wearing.
You know what time it is.
We got a lot of 18s. We got a lot of 18s in this room.
What time it is, Mr. Russell Westbrook.
Hey, rock the baby for them. Rock the baby for them. Oh, yes.
Rock it like this. No, you just gotta rock it gently.
Good night, Paul Pierce.
Good night, Paul
I
Pierce.
took your spot.
I hope you enjoy it on a wheelchair. That's funny though.
See, there's always something to be proud of as a Kings fan. And tonight, it's that Russell Westbrook is making NBA history.
I'll take it.
With Kings on his chest.
I will take it.
We'll take it any night of the week. Well, now it's time to rest for Monday, Tuesday, and go up against the champs.
Oh, boy.
I'm not going to even say what the game plan is for that game because there is none.
You just pray. You've got to pray.
They're 13-1 right now. They're not going to lose to us at home. So, Archie, can you give a score prediction?
I'll go 125 Thunder. I'll go 108 Kings.
Okay, I'm going to go 138 Thunder, 112 Kings.
All right.
So I think we're going to lose by 26.
Okay. I think we're going to lose a little less than that. A little less. I think we're going to compete in that first quarter.
But
and then
the Thunder might pull a San Antonio and rest their best player. Well, Shea doesn't really rest.
No, Shea doesn't rest.
Maybe they'll rest Chet.
I mean, yeah, you probably rest Chet.
But even with that,
you probably rest him.
with that doesn't really help us because Hartenstein might just drop 30 again.
Dude, so. He might do that again, man. Yeah, I'm going to look at OKC's schedule real quick just before we take off.
Yeah, let's predict what OKC could do in the month of November.
Yeah, so here's my thing, right? OKC, yeah, they have a game on Monday and then a game on Wednesday. So
one game,
a day rest. So I think they're gonna probably, and then Jalen Williams hasn't even came back yet,
which is so crazy. They're 13-1 without their second best player. Oh God, yeah, this is not our window.
Nope. But it's theirs for sure.
So the window right now, I would say, is like 5 to 6 years interchangeably between the Thunder and Spurs in the West. Right?
And then maybe that? Denver.
Yeah, Denver
has a window.
Denver for sure. This is their window right now. But those are going to be like the top dogs going forward.
Yeah.
Until Jokic gets older, even 5-6 years from now, Shea and Wemby are still going to be super young. So the Kings' window to strike will be in the 2030s.
There you go, baby. That I couldn't want it any other way. So I'll take it.
Hey.
Good Lord.
6 in a row.
6 losses.
Will it be 6 in a row or will it be 7?
Find out on Wednesday.
Guys, thank you so much for always supporting this pod. Thank you so much for all the nice comments. Thank you for just being on this journey with us. With that being said, subscribe. Like the video, use the hype points, follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. We do a bunch of videos on there too. RT, any last words?
Yeah, we're going to try something out on Wednesday. I'm not going to spoil it what it is, but we're going to talk about it once we are done recording. And this will be catered to those that...
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I wanted to do it today. I wanted to try to do it today.
I think we should try it Wednesday. I have an idea.
Wednesday could be
Wednesday could work.
Wednesday could work.
If we set up a... Yeah.
We just got to... I just got to get the right software, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I downloaded it. I've been messing with it a little bit. But
it's hard.
Our setup, we have a very unique setup.
It's hard, dude.
We have a unique setup, so in order to do it how we want, it's a little bit difficult, but the way we do set up is just so simple and perfect for how we do it right now. But if we want to take that extra step to start doing what I think RT and I are both alluding to, we're going to have to figure out a few things. I've been working on it behind the scenes for a while, just trying to figure out how it makes sense in this studio with our equipment. But I think it's almost time. I think it's almost time.
It's almost time to unleash it.
If the boy Ben Friedman is watching, he's been kind of our we call him the Podfather, because whenever it comes to any technical questions, this is the guy that I go to, and he might need to step in to figure out the correct way to make this happen the best way possible. But if that does happen on Wednesday, that will be great. If not,
there's also a plan B.
There's always a plan B. Thank you for watching. We love you.
Boom.
Go Kangs. Thank you for keeping our energy bill down so much this month. Just kidding. I want to see a beam soon.
I want to see a beam on Thursday.
Have a great night.
Have a good night, y'all. God bless.